2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Taj Gibson. Out his presence enough to overcome the hole there.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber. Kevin, they didn't just let him go for nothing. They got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And that's the idea. You know, you want to build a foundation on which this team can continue to move upward. So certainly some fans unhappy to see him go, but fans will be patient, and they also continue to be fans.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Celtics, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Sullinger in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. They get the rebound. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. First trip to the line for him here.
Jared Sullinger. 2 shots.
That one is off.
And really a fantastic season for Sullinger last year. Really made some leaps forward, but missed a lot of time still due to injury.
Good on the second free throw. Sullinger did continue to improve last year, Clark, but you can't ignore that he had to miss time once again.
Yeah, and you hope that he'll be able to stay healthy for a full year at some point. When he's on the floor, he's a hard matchup for just about every team in the league.
Now here's Ellis. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
And here's Boston. 4-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Clock at 6.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Brad Stevens for a minute. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Thomas passes to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Johnson wide open. He fires. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Hayward. Really was a guy who also stepped up in that win against the Mavericks. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Defensive foul. Amir Johnson. First personal foul, the team's first.
And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark, last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
Now, here's Bradley. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
Great move there. That spin just dusted off the defense.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. There's the pick. And Favors kicks to Cousins. And that one is hammered home.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Celtics trail by 5.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentages. Were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development.
Yeah, the drive to the bucket was great, but the finger roll was even better.
Collison against Thomas. Collison kicks to Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And that's now 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved, too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubters.
Now, here's Thomas. A 20-point game for him in the win against Miami.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Now Collison, after Jared Sullinger's three-pointer that didn't go. Fires from deep. Collison, no good. Celtics trail by 5. And here we go. Celtics passing it around. Bradley with the ball. Picked up by Ellis. Inside. Kept alive by Boston. Johnson's shot is off.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Collison kicks to Cousins. Down low. To the inside. Favors. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Here's Collison. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Dallas. He feeds it to Cousins. Hayward outside. Crowder with the steal. Hayward against Thomas. The pass to Sullinger. In the corner, Bradley with it. Drills it from outside. Bradley's got... his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. We're taking a look at Avery Bradley. His career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where He developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Boston making some changes. Olynyk comes in for Jared Sullinger. And it's Turner in for Johnson. Collison dishes to Cousins. They set the pick. Kicks to Ellis. Favors attacking. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Favors got his second bucket.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
Now, here's Olynyk. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Ellis. Can't hit. Bradley with some nice D. Celtics trail by 4. Passes it to Thomas. To the paint. Here's Crowder. The dish to Olynyk.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Terrence Jones comes in for Derek Favors. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Chalmers in for Darren Collison. Zeller, he's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Bradley. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Chalmers. Allen outside, fires from deep. Rebound by Olynyk. Well, and back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective, because Clark is against explosive, long-limbed guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
Here's Jones after the made shot from Evan Turner, and he gets the bucket.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Celtics trail by 3. Zeller, a screen on Chalmers. Pass to Olynyk. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot clock at 6. Jones, the pass to Cauley Stein.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Here's Thomas. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. There's a screen. Dishes it to Zeller. Off the pick. The shot is off. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, ran away with that game, mainly in part because of their offense.
Yeah, the ball movement and player movement, so crisp and sharp, and it led to a lot of high-quality shots for him.
Hayward goes in. It's deflected. Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. There's the feed to Thomas. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the Kings making a change here. Ross is checked in. Clock at 6. Thomas, a screen on Allen. From the baseline. Smart misses. Kings leading now by 3. Chalmers with it. Now Thomas defending. Chalmers against Thomas. And Chalmers kicks to Allen. And the 3 off target. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
And the Kings last season struggled with just about everybody. And the Eastern Conference was no different. Just couldn't get the wins they needed to keep pace in their conference.
Now here's Turner. An 11-point game for him in the win against Miami.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Clark, the Kings last season, only 11 wins in 30 games against the Eastern Conference. Only had more out of the conference wins than the Wolves last season. That was not a good number.
Yeah, and the Kings didn't have a winning record against any Eastern division either. So you can't make up ground in the West if you can't beat the teams in the East.
Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
The Celtics making a switch here. Jerebko's checked in, and that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
Now here's Smart. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The shot's good from Jerebko.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Now Jones, after Marcus Smart missing on that last three-pointer. Thomas against Chalmers. Jones, that's for 2. Sacramento gets it back. For 3, Ross comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Boston trailing. Smart kicks to Turner. Now Thomas. Olynyk in the corner. All sorts of time. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And that's now 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks locked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backboard.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
They've got Ellis. Terrence Ross is out there with Favors. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Collison in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. The Kings trailing. He dishes it to Ellis. And he banks in the layup. Ellis has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Sacramento. The Celtics shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Bradley drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Bradley's got the lead back up to 1 now for Boston.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now here's Ellis. Here's Cousins. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Cousins has got 8 points.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Sullinger the screen. In the corner, Crowder with it. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
Sullinger with a screen for Bradley. Outside Turner. There's the 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here's Cousins. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
They set the pick. Outside Turner. Shoots from the high post. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ellis against Bradley. Ellis outside. The stupendous finish in traffic. Ellis has got 4 points this quarter.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Sullinger. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And it's good.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
Second shot opportunity. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
And that one falls for Monte Ellis.
You take a look at what Ellis has done so far. He's got 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
And Ellis drops them both.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Now here's Turner. He's got 5, and that one's good. Sullinger's got the game tied up here for Boston.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Collison dishes to Cousins. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
Bradley drives in. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Kings have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Collison kicks to Ellis. Out to Hayward. Collison the pass to Ellis. No good on the 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Hayward. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. On the wing, Ellis. Turner covering. Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by Ellis.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Turner against Collison. Shots good by Turner.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.